Hello there, Ben. I'm going to get time for the stupid noise to go, and then I'm going to go. Okay. Hello there, and welcome to Eunice. Eunice is the only company in the entire world that does two things. The first is it helps you find your life purpose. And the second is it helps you define your personal style, commonly known as your personal brand, but we don't like that language. You can think of your life as being like a boat, and your life purpose is where you're going. Of course, that may change over time, but it is where you're going at the moment. And your personal style is how you're going to behave on the boat. What sort of music will you play on the boat? What sort of way will you be on the way to that destination? So today we are going to cover the last three major religions in the world, which are Shintoism and Jainism, and also the Zoroastrianism, which is the oldest religion in the world. What we've done so far, in case you haven't looked at the other videos, is we've given an overview of what the world religions say, an overview of what they say about finding your life purpose. And we've also chunked up the major religions and said, basically, what are they about? So this is the last, and we've covered all of the 12 major religions. So let's talk about Shintoism, which is from about 600 AD. There are 4 million people who believe in it in the world, primarily in Japan. It's quite interesting because a lot of the Japanese kind of practice little bits and pieces of Shintoism, but wouldn't call themselves Shintoists. Certainly, Shintoists don't believe in a primary deity. They don't believe in a deity in the way that we would believe one. But nonetheless, what they do believe in is a sense of harmony. So a simple quote would be, man by nature is inherently good, and the world he lives in is good. This is the Kami world, which is Sokyo Onna, author of the Shinto, the Kami way. So who are Kami? Kami are really very important in the Shinto religion. They are essentially divine beings that exist on our plane, but they can be good and evil. They can take us one way or another, and they can cover anything from the divinity of rocks through to trees or almost anything. And in fact, there are 8 million Kami potentially. Shinto has no major revered texts, but it is a thread in Japan through lots of other religions and practices. And in Shinto, there does not seem to be a direct, semi-direct, or indirect way to find your life purpose. It's more of a way of living in harmony with nature. So let's look at Jainism, which has 4 million adherents, primarily in India. It's a very ascetic religion. It's very much about abstinence at a really kind of extreme level from a Western perspective. They believe that you cannot even think about causing harm to other creatures. And as a result, they are not carpenters, they are not farmers, they are not metal workers, because they believe all of those things have a kind of sacredness, which you can't destroy. So here is a great quote. I ask pardon of all living creatures. May all of them pardon me. May I have friendship with all beings and enmity with none, which is the Pratikraman Sutra, which is a Jain prayer. So core beliefs are about essentially non-violence, non-injury, and having an absence of desire. They believe in karma, they believe in reincarnation, they believe in what they call the five vows, which are non-violence, truth, not stealing, celibacy, and non-possession, and embracing the five virtues: service to others, patience, humility, politeness, and generosity. Interestingly, they are so ascetic that they believe that the best way to finish your life is by starvation. And so again, you must ask the question, do they offer direct, indirect, semi-direct help in relation to finding your life purpose? And we simply can't find any evidence that they do provide any guidance there. So the last religion, which we have never even heard of, is called Zoroastrianism. It is the oldest religion in the world. Some say it predates the Egyptians, and even further than back than that. And while none of us have heard of it, and many scholars believe it's had a massive impact on all the religions throughout time, because fundamentally they believe in the following, which I will read from Jason Boyett's book, The 12 Religions. The supreme creator of the universe is entirely good. However, evil exists in the world he created, the result of a wicked adversary who hates goodness and opposes the supreme deity. Humans live in this world of good and evil and must choose between the two. So throughout Zoroastrianism, there is this very clear moral code that essentially there is good and there is evil. And on this human realm, we as humans need to choose between the two. The idea is that we are born good and we are basically dragged into bad things. So the key behaviors are around observing Asha, which is truth, righteousness, order, and right working. It's a lot more nuanced than that, but that is a very crude summary. And we have to resist Drug, D-R-U-G, which is the opposite. It's disorder, deceit, chaos, and all of the horrible things that flow from that. So they believe in the final judgment world will return to good. And in particular, each person is very personally responsible for pursuing good thoughts, good deeds, and good actions, in particular, not thinking about harming anyone else, including trees, rocks, or anything in the natural universe. So again, we looked at whether Zoroastrianism in any way suggests a way in which to find life purpose, and we did not find any evidence that it does. Of course, if you follow the tenets of that religion, then of course, then you will lead a naturally good life. But does that actually guide you to what your life purpose is? And the answer is, we can't find anything that really directly says so. So that is the final summary of the 12 religions. We hope that that has given you a really, really clear and good overview of the 12 religions. Obviously, you know, we're very much skating over the surface because there's so much in every religion. However, your understanding has to start somewhere, and for us, it was about finding context to be able to relate to people better and to delve into the deepness of religion to find out how it could help us find life purpose. So we will leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next time on this channel where we look at all things to do with personal brand and life purpose. Thank you.